Hey guys, I'm Podium on Fire, and today's diatribe is about a book that I finished today that I just really had to share my feelings on. So, the book I finished was Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus by Dr. John Gray, a relationship expert. This book sucked, and I'm going to get into some of the reasons why. But you're probably wondering why I read it in the first place, and that's a great question. So, in the past couple months now, I've kind of been on this weird, I turned 30 last summer, self-help quest, blah, blah, etc. I don't know, I guess it's one of those things us 30-somethings go through. So I've been reading a lot more nonfiction, and this book is one of those books that I feel like I've heard about for years now. One of those quintessential, hey, if you're a married person, you should read it books. And I am a married person. My husband and I actually just celebrated our 2-year anniversary not too long ago. So here's the thing though, this book's values are definitely not my values. And I love being married. I love my husband. I love our weird family of assorted animals, but I am not this type of person. John Gray really, really just supports pretty much everything the patriarchy seems to stand for, like women staying at home and just raising their kids and being subservient to men. And if you're a homemaker, if you're a stay-at-home mom, there is 100% nothing wrong with that if that is your choice and that's what makes you happy, and super power to you. I'm so glad that you're happy doing that. But just because you are a stay-at-home mom does not mean you have to be subservient in any way to your husband, spouse, whatever. And in this book, it's a lot about subservience. And it's a lot about that men and women automatically have certain character traits that just make them who they are, which I think is kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to read to you a couple of excerpts from here because they're just so ridiculous. And when I started reading the book, full confession, I was reading what makes men men and what makes women women according to John Gray with his Martians and Venusans, or I don't know what he says anyway. And I totally felt like I was the man. So in chapter 1, I believe, let me find it because I didn't prepare ahead of time because I am super smart like that, right? Okay. So, in the first chapter here, this is the second chapter. So, second chapter, first of all, is titled Mr. Fix-It and the Home Improvement Committee, because that's a great idea for a title. Basically, hey, all women want to change men. But here's his description of what men are like. So, it says that Martians, or men, value power, competency, efficiency, and achievement. I mean, seriously, women don't value that in their own way or value it at all. I don't know, my career is really important to me. But anyway, let's keep going. There's a little bit more of this paragraph. They are always doing things to prove themselves and develop their power and skills. Their sense of self is defined through their ability to achieve results. They experience fulfillment primarily through success and accomplishment. I'm sorry, but what person, not gender, doesn't believe in those things? That's just, everyone wants to feel accomplished and feel success. Now, on the opposite hand, his description for women is even more ridiculous. So, here we go. His description for women is the following. Venusians have different values. They value love, communication, beauty, and relationships. They spend a lot of time supporting, helping, and nurturing one another. Their sense of self is defined through their feelings and the quality of their relationships. They experience fulfillment through sharing and relating. Okay, so those are female qualities only, which, no. All of these qualities are literally just human traits. And this is how the whole book is. The whole book's premise is that women are one way and men are another, and while some of us share these characteristics and some women are more masculine and some men are more feminine, we, at our core, at the center of who we scientifically are as individuals, we have these characteristics, and that is annoying. So you're probably wondering by now, if I hated the book in chapter 2, why did I read the whole damn thing? Well, I thought, because I'm a little bit optimistic, that it was maybe going to get better, that I might learn something from it. I didn't learn anything. But I did have a really great other paragraph to share with you that's just so ridiculous. I mean, and a lot of the whole book is just about how you should act towards a man. There's really not as much towards women, so you can definitely tell that John Gray is stuck in another time period, and that is just what it is. But I don't know, like, seriously, I know I'm saying that a lot, but so if you are planning on reading this, that's totally your choice. I'm not saying don't read it. What I am saying, though, is that this book is outdated. Do better, find better. Men and women are just men and women. There is really no such thing as male characteristics versus female characteristics. And I feel like for me, this really touches on a nerve as a woman who is definitely career driven. I spend all of my time working with men, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you have to do what works for you. I mean, I could see where, you know, I don't know. I mean, blah. At this point, so I just think that this is not a feminist book. This book is not for those of us who are like, hey, we think. It didn't strike me as thinking. And John Gray, if you're still out there, which I'm sure you are because you don't look that old in your picture. Here's his little bio picture. Maybe your book made sense 30 years ago, but it's 2018. And I really hope that your wife isn't actually subservient to you. So anyway, tell me your thoughts if you've read this. Tell me your thoughts if you've read other books like this. There is another one that I really need to go back and kind of look at some more to talk about it. But I mean, I feel like I wasted 3 days reading this, and it took 3 days because I was reading other stuff too. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will be sharing other diatribes and whatnots with you in the future. Make sure to click like if you like this video and subscribe below. I will put a link to this on Amazon if you are really curious and want to read it, even though I don't recommend it. But, you know, that's where we're at. So, bye.